Good morning. Today is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's supposed to be going over to my parents' place, but I got a cold last night and under the weather. So I thought I'd better come out and at least get this one released to let everybody know Happy Thanksgiving, and that it's been a little bit since I released one, but a movie or a video, sorry. But I've been up in Duchesne for quite a long time, visiting with Dan and some other people up there and getting some really good information for our next videos. So again, Happy Thanksgiving. This one that I want to get out today to you is a story about an Indian who was receiving gold coins from the government, and instead of spending them, I think they're $20 gold coins, instead of spending them, you put them in a shoebox or some type of container. If you guys ever want to get out there and look around, maybe find some gold coins. I'm not sure how watertight this container is, or how it's just it's one of those stories, and I'll let you watch it.
Is that recording?
I think so.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little bears.
Okay. So we're heading out.
So
we're going to try videoing this, see if it works. And we're going to we're heading out to, there's a road where the...
Red Wash Road.
Red Wash Road, that's from the story, from the Apache Jim story. But there's also another story that you're going to talk about on what we could probably look at while we're there.
I am?
I hope so. It's about an Indian stash, Cashe.
Yeah, I wish I could remember his name, though. That would be nice if I could remember the name. Could be Richard Mountain. Could have been Richard Ridley. Could have been... I think it was Ridley. Anyway.
So how'd you hear about this story?
With my ears. That wasn't the answer you were looking for?
No. Like, usually it's handed down from...
Steve Schaefer come and picked me up one day, and he says, let's go for a drive. I got some things to show you.
That's what I'm doing. We're going for a drive. You're going to show me some things.
Well, he asked me if I wanted to go up to his property with him, and he had to go up and turn the water on, water in his grass seed. And I can't remember what else, but we went up there, and I think we actually planted seed while we were there.
Wow.
But anyway, on the way up, he said, I got to show you something over here. So he turned off on this little dirt road, and it was originally the beginning of, I think it's called Red Wash Road. And same road that guy was driving on in that weird story.
The Apache Jim story?
Yeah. But anyway, he drove up the road a ways, and he pulls off, and He says, okay, right here, Richard Ridley, I'm pretty sure it was. He said he brought me up here and he parked just like we are, and he said, hop out for a minute. So we both got out, stood in front of the truck, and he pointed down at this hill right here. And he says, an old Indian, I think he mentioned his name, but I don't remember what it was. He said back in the early days, the government used to, give the Indians a gold coin every now and then. And he'd keep them and put them in his little stash. Didn't know really what to do with them. And at one time, somebody had given him an old Book of Mormon.
Oh, wow.
And he had that. And he'd keep them in a little box, kind of like I guess what would be a shoebox nowadays. And he said somewhere on that hill he buried it. And there's some writings on the hill somewhere that tells you how to find it. And of course, me and Steve didn't walk down there. I asked him, I said, have you ever gone down and walked over the hill? And he said, yeah. I said, did you find any writings? He said, no. Well, a friend of mine that passed away a couple of years ago, Todd Strong, I should say he was murdered, but okay, we'll go with he passed away. He decided to go out and check it out. Went and spent some time hiking the hill, and when he got back home, he called me up and told me he didn't find anything out on the hill.
You mean writings or anything like that?
Yeah. And it just kind of sat there. Didn't do anything about it. In fact, I never wrote the story down or anything. One day I was talking to Steve Warby and told him about it. And he says, well, hell, I go out there all the time. He says, maybe I'll stop and walk around and see what I can find. So he did. And I asked him to find any writings. He says, yeah, I did. I said, did you get pictures? He said, I did. And he sent them to me, and I can't make heads or tails out of them.
So he actually found some writing, but he didn't understand what they meant.
Yeah, up on top of the hill, he found some writings. But is it the writings that Ridley was talking about? I don't know. Somebody put it there for a reason. I can't think to save my backside why somebody would drive out there and look over that hill and say, by God, I think I'm going to go over there and write something on a rock. That doesn't make any damn sense.
No, so having them there probably was...
What's that?
So finding writings there was significant.
Yeah. But like I said, I have no idea what they mean.
And that's the road we're heading towards right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to walk up to the writings? No.
It's too cold. This morning
I would have used the too old card first, and then too cold.
Well, seeing that I drove through a snowstorm to get here, actually this is really nice to be right here in Duchesne.
Say what?
It's really nice right now in Duchesne compared to over there in Heber area, before Heber.
Yeah. It still sucks. Anyway.
Steve brought you right here and he said...
And he said somewhere on this hill, between here and here, he buried it. Hid it on that hill.
So it's basically here down
As you can see, that hill goes up, over, and that's a new hill back there. So somewhere on that hill. I'm pretty sure that you can drive down there, drive off the edge of the road, and drive down in there, because I've done it. But yeah, he said this is exactly where we pulled in. I got out, and he said somewhere on that hill there is some writings, and they're right up there on top in those rocks. And he says, and they supposedly tell you where it is. I says, have you been down there and searched the hill? He says, yeah. I said, did you find any writings? He says, no. But Warby did. So you look at that hill and you think, where would I hide a box?
Probably down at the bottom there.
Where floodwaters could get it? Probably not.
No, above the floodwaters. Or where those rocks are. Because it has to be protected.
I'd probably put it up there on top where the rocks are somewhere. But the box supposedly has about 20 $20 gold pieces in it, and an old Book of Mormon.
Sounds like something to do on a warmer day.
Definitely.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, you're either excited or cold.
It's sure pretty out here though.